Drivers along Cerrillos Road in Santa Fe may have seen what looks like a union protest site in front of the Los Alamos National Bank branch. It's a long banner with the words, "Shame on you, Los Alamos National Bank." The sign is exactly similar to the sign seen some months ago at other Santa Fe business locations, and also similar to one seen in Albuquerque and in other cities in other states. We dropped by the Cerrillos Road location to talk with the men holding the banner.
Like I said, I could give you a flyer if you want a flyer.
Okay, but what's up with Los Alamos National Bank?
Like I said, I could give you a flyer and you could read it, and if you have any more questions or comments, there's a number at the bottom. Feel free and call.
Do you belong to a union?
I'm not going to answer any questions, sir. Sorry.
Well, on that flyer was a local phone number. The local carpenters union has an Albuquerque number, but no one there could speak about why the protest in Santa Fe. We asked for the union president, Robert Garcia, to answer a few questions, but he hasn't returned our call. So why Los Alamos National Bank? Bank President Bill Enlow is on the line. What do you make of this seeming protest?
Well, it is very disturbing to me, and it's also hard for me to understand the logic behind our bank being picketed in the way we are by the Carpenters Union. When it first occurred, I thought they had the wrong place. I called, and they said, no, the reason we're picketing you is because we found out that you've made a loan to a business in Albuquerque that has hired some non-union labor. And I said, well, I'm sure that every bank in New Mexico has made loans to businesses that hire non-union labor. Why us? And there was no explanation for that. And I said, I don't think the sign's accurate. Shame on Los Alamos labor dispute. We don't have a labor dispute with anyone, and I would request that you at least make an accurate sign to reflect that why you're picketing us, and not imply that it's some kind of dispute we have with our employees or with anyone else, for that matter. We have no disputes. And they declined to change anything, and I said, well, what do you want from us? And they said, well, give us something. And I don't know what that meant. And I said, well, I'm sorry, you're going to have to be more specific. I don't know what you can do. I'm not going to interfere with our customers on who they hire, and I don't have the resources to patrol who they hire, even if I had any desire to influence them. And we've been picketed ever since.
It sounded like in that "give us something" there was a veiled request for a payoff.
Well, I thought it was a very odd comment. Give us something, and it did not give me a warm feeling at all.
Well, do you have anywhere in your lending practices, or does anyone in their guidelines look at wages paid by the people you lend to?
No, we don't. The large projects like the one they're doing are all done through bids and subcontracts, and like I mentioned to them, we don't have the resources to check and or any kind of authority to enforce if we did.
And you actually talked to someone. When I called the union, the president is in Farmington, New Mexico, and he's not returned my call, and the person who answered the phone in Albuquerque was very tentative about the whole thing.
Well, I talked to New Mexico a lot. That building they're protesting was built by a company that hired 100% union labor. We have many of the labor unions that bank with us. I called all of those contacts. I even have a letter from John Henry from the local AFL-CIO New Mexico, and saying that he disagreed with that, and that he thought it was wrong, but there was nothing he could do about it. It's run out of California. I talked to the New Mexico Carpenters Union, and they indicated that they had nothing to do with it. It was run out of California. So I called California, talked to a number of people in California, and that's where I got that comment about give us something, and it is a very strange situation. It's being run totally out of California. The people here all the people I've talked to here say that they disagree with. They're sympathetic, but nobody seems to have any power to stop it or change it.
Well, apparently you're not the first one in this area. They also put up a sign in front of a new sunflower market location in the southern part of Santa Fe, and they were actually protesting someone else who had done work on that particular mall, not sunflower markets at all.
Yeah, I don't know how they pick who, especially on these third-party situations like us that aren't even involved in it. I think it's new businesses and visibility, it appears to me. And, us on Cerrillos, where Sunflower Market is, and, I guess it's some kind of strategy that they've worked out in California that is hard to understand in New Mexico.
It may be hard to understand in California, too. Bill Enlow at Los Alamos National Bank, many thanks.
Thank you.